good morning, everybody. This is Mark. I'm with Umberto, my good friend, and we are at his motorsports garage. And today we have the fun of right here, the R9 T. We're going to do an oil change right there. So we have a beautiful day here.
Gorgeous.
In Elkhart. It's about 55 out right now, and it's going to get up to 65, and there couldn't be a better morning for two friends to spend some time together and do an oil change on a BMW, right?
Totally agree. Totally.
I will be right back.
All right, we've got the R9 T. This is a 2015 model, by the way. We've got this on the stand that we're going to use to makes it a little bit easier getting it up a little higher and off the ground. So we're in good shape there. Yeah, beautiful bike. Here is the oil filter for the R9T. I'm just doing a close-up shot here for you so that you can see the part number. That's the one specified here for this 2015 R9T. The oil that we're going to be using today is this official BMW oil. It's the 15W50 weight. That's the spec for the R9T, and it takes four of these bottles, 4 liters. These are 1 liter bottles. All right, a little tip here about the oil fill area. So you can access the tool for the bike under the seat. There's a bolt to remove. You can remove the seat. I believe it's located there. Or, because the way this is designed, you can simply use a punch like this with a nice flat end, and you can put that against there and then just slightly tap it to loosen that. That's a real quick way without the official tool. So just wanted to show that as an extra tip.
Perfect.
All right, we're going to be using an 8mm hex to take out the, right there, there's the fit, 8mm. All right, time to take out the main drain. Okay, we'll get our pan underneath here. There we go.
Does it feel warm?
Yeah,
Good.
right there.
And we warmed it up enough.
There we go. So we'll let that drain for about 5 minutes. And we'll make sure we get the crush washer. I don't see it on the drain bolt, and it's probably just stuck to the bottom of the drain boss.
Sure.
We'll get that off.
All right. Hello again. We are now on the other side of the motorcycle, and Mark is about to take the filter off. I learned that I do not have the proper wrench for this filter, so Mark went out and got one. He has one now that fits. Ironically, tells me that it also fits a K1600 oil filter, BMW K1600. But this one fits. We're good. We have the new filter ready to go. All the oil is drained. The dripping is just about stopped. And you may notice that Mark is using a torque wrench. There we go. I see it moving. It's turning. There we go. We've got a reflection from the sun in the oil that's giving us flashes.
We'll just let that drain just a little bit and make
That's
it
good.
not quite as messy when we
Correct.
finally take off the filter.
There's a bit of oil coming out.
All right, so we're ready to install the new oil filter for the R Nine T. And again, as Umberto highlighted, this is the same filter as used on the K1600 models, and it does take a special filter wrench. So we're all set to put that on. What we did is we did lube the gasket. It's important to do that. We cleaned the area that the filter will fit up into. And so we're just gonna reinstall this. We're gonna hand spin this on. There we go.
Mark, I think you noted that there's a slight angle to the
Just a little bit of an
threads.
angle. It's important to just kind of look underneath and make sure you get that started correctly. There is a spec of about 11 foot-pounds on the filter, but we're just gonna get it just like that. So we're all good. Okay. Okay, it's time to put the drain plug back in. Most important, we've got a brand new crush washer. We're going to add that to the drain bolt. We're going to get that started. Just make sure it's nice and clean, the mounting surface. Always make sure you thread it on by hand just to make sure you got it correctly oriented. Now we can get our bucket a little bit out of the way here. And now that's important to torque that to the right factory spec. So we've got our torque wrench. It's set to 32 Newton meters. So we're going to do that right now. There it is. There's our click, 32 Newton meters. All done.
Perfect. Very good. Excellent.
Here we are. We're ready to add oil to the R9T. And so once again, we're going to be using the BMW Advantech Pro. That's the 1550, 4 liters. And we'll get busy and start putting that in. The filter is on and torqued. The drain plug is in and torqued, so we're ready to add oil. So here we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and start up the R9T. This will get the oil flowing, and we'll see the pressure gauge, and that'll get oil into the filter as it should be. We'll turn the bike on. There we go. Perfect. All is good. All right, well, we have successfully completed the oil change on this R9T that Umberto owns. It was a lot of fun today working with you.
Loved it.
On this. Tell the folks just a little bit about your bike. Where did you buy it? What year it is? And a little bit about how you enjoy riding it.
Well, pretty straightforward. Back in 2014, And those of you that, of course, are into motorcycles know where I'm going with this. I was thinking, I've had several bikes, crotch rockets, touring bikes, my Bonneville, Triumph Bonneville, things like that. And I thought, I want to buy a bike that it's different, slightly different. I began reading about BMW, and I call it a hooligan bike. It's not, but it was a new concept that BMW came up with. I wish I would remember the name of the person instrumental for designing the bike, but it's in the Google website of it. Okay. And I learned about BMW wanting to come up with this this type of motorcycle with the 1200 opposed engine. And I thought, I want a bike upright, open, and no fairing, nothing. And I sort of locked in on it. Now, it was sort of a gamble for BMW, but the gamble turned out to be 100% accurate. And it was so good that in 2015, when they first came up with it, the entire year was sold out in a minute of nothing.
Incredible.
It was just unbelievable. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to get the 14 model, which I believe was their first model.
Yes.
And so I said, well, that's all right. I'm a patient man. I've always have been with any of my purchases. Doesn't matter, as long as I lock in on it, I know I'm going to get it. So I put an order for it, and then it came. It was available in December of 2014, model year 2015. The dealer kept it for me. I made the deal. The dealer was in Countryside, Illinois. I don't remember the name of the dealer. Unfortunately, they folded several years later. Okay. I was quite pleased dealing with them, and we picked it up in the spring, late spring of 2015. I remember that Ryan gave me a lift on his Triumph 650.
Your son?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
And I just sent him, I have a picture for you, which I'll send to you if you find a way to get it out there.
Yeah,
the day we picked it up. I love the bike, it's been awesome. Our 35-year-old son, he's been using it, because I have plenty of bikes here to use, and he can't quite get to buy one yet. So he's welcome to use this, and he loves this bike, and he's toured with it. So.
Well, the BMW R Nine T, thinking about when you bought it, here we are 9 or 10 years later, and look at the success. The variants on the R Nine T, they've got the Pure, they've got the Scrambler, they've got a wide variety, and this model continued.
Yeah, they have a Cafe Razor model that they
it continues to do well, and pretty neat. So, well, I'm glad we could work together today to do the oil change. It's always great. And
Mark, you know what a pleasure it is to do this kind of stuff with you. You know that.
Right.
Writing and doing this kind of stuff, it's absolutely, to me, it's the ultimate. You know that.
Indeed. All right, well, we're going to wrap up this edition of Mark's Garage, and thank you for tuning in. If you have a chance to subscribe to the channel, please do so. And as always, until next time, take care.
And ride smart.
Look at me sometimes like all you want